everybody, and welcome to Nerdsplaining Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Da Silva. With me, as always, is my co-host, Jose Romero.
Nerd Day is here upon us. Best day of
That's
the
right,
week.
guys.
Well, no,
Week in Geek right now, getting you all the highlights of all the things that have come out. Thank you so much, everyone that tuned in for our two-part Halloween episode, by the way, with the lovely Adam Murray. We appreciate all the views and the messages. That was so cool. Thank you so much for that. And, listen, me and Jose were literally just talking about some extra special guests we have coming up. We were going to think about getting them this year, but we're like, no, you know what? Better for 2023. So we have some cool surprises for you guys. So keep on tuning in. But thank you so much for watching the episode. It was tons of fun recording. Adam's also, we always welcome here on the show. Jose, what did you have fun in that show? Did you have fun in that interview?
Show, man. Learned a lot about a little behind the scenes of Stranger Things. He talked to us. He had a great story about She-Hulk and I forgot her name.
Emil Nanjiani?
I don't know. No, from She-Hulk.
Yes.
He had his little crush moment, which is a really cool moment.
That's the girl who played Titania. I'm thinking about the girl who played She-Hulk. Forgot her name.
Tatiana something. Whatever.
Tatiana Maslany.
Yeah, great story. A lot of fun. A lot of Halloween movie talk, horror movie film talk. So he was a great guest. So it's nice time. Really cool show. It was so good. We had to break it down in 2 parts, so you guys can check both parts out.
Too much interview. So much to say.
Yeah,
but
he had a lot of things to talk about. Yeah, it was really cool.
But that's some of the cool stuff we have for you guys. So we have much more cool stuff coming along the way. Thank you so much. But enough of what I did last week. That's all done. And now it's this week. We have so much nerd stuff to talk about because we actually didn't get to talk about too much of what happened last week because of the interview. So we have this week, and we'll reference stuff. We'll make it all like a little bundle package.
Yeah, this is a small nugget week. It's a little little stories which will make us happy. Some will maybe not will make us happy. But yeah, and of course we do have a little Andor to talk about later. Plus our favorite show we love to hate will be on deck. That's gonna be how we're gonna end it today's show. I figured we just end it with that. Why not, right? We'll get to all that.
Just like a big thud, just
whatever, dude. I figured, listen, we gotta mix it up. We can't always end on a high note. Sometimes you gotta.
No. Sometimes it's like Empire. It has to end on a downer. It has to end on a real bummer.
And Han Solo's been kidnapped. So it works, man. It works. So we'll get to all that in a minute. But I do want to give you a chance, Eric. I know deadline's coming up here. If you want to throw your 2 cents in on.
Oh yeah, guys.
Danger
Squad.
Squad.
Listen, the Kickstarter ends on November 14th. We've had some donations, a little slow, unfortunately, but it started to trickle in, which I appreciate. There's some other news about it that I can't talk about it yet, but hopefully, if you want to be part of the conversation, please continue to donate at Kickstarter, Danger Squad. We have the link on the bio at Nerdsplaining. We have the link on the bio at Danger Squad on Instagram. Dangersquad.com. There's a Kickstarter link. You go to Da Silva Comic on Instagram as well. There's a link over there. Click on all of those links. Donate what you can. We have tons of cool tiers, tons of cool merch items, tons of cool stretch goals. But whatever you can is great. And even if you can't donate, follow the website, follow the social medias, and you'll get to hear all the up-and-coming cool news that we'll be hopefully announcing as things go along, including an extra. This is not even it's not a prize, but a fun little thing. I actually showed you the photo of it today. In the course of promoting Danger Squad, I picked up a new Twitter follower. Jose, do you have the image for that?
I do. It's currently on there,
That's right. Mr. You Can't See Me himself, John Cena, now follows me because of the promotions for Danger Squad. I mean, listen, little treats, little. Listen, sometimes you gotta find the silver lining in situations. And to me, when Peacemaker,
thank you,
follows me, yeah, you know what? Feel like I'm doing a little bit all right, doing a little bit okay.
The Peacemaker dance, dude.
Man. You know what? I realize I have to do that as a thank you for John Cena. I might do it. I don't know yet. I'm gonna figure it out. I got to. It's been. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a minute since I've seen that intro, but I love the song, so maybe I'll do it. Who knows? Who knows?
I think you should. I'm just saying. Set a goal for yourself. Why not? It's a great dance. I actually seen a lot of things on YouTube, I guess, whatever,
I saw a lot of
from the
people who
cons, he would
reenacted the
dress up as
dance
it,
when
and
it
they got to
came out.
dance
Yeah.
with him on stage, which is pretty fucking cool. Too.
Oh, really? I didn't see it on
Yeah, there was
stage.
one year
That's
he
cool.
brings a guy up who's dressed as Peacemaker, and together did the dance. That's actually it was pretty
Oh,
badass.
that's awesome.
That's a cool moment. It's like, man, if you're a fan, that's legit.
That's
Right there.
awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Well, maybe I'll do that. Maybe that's how I'll end or kick off the new year. Who knows?
Ooh,
I'll record it though,
now you're
and if I
talking.
did do it, I'll put it online
Now you're
so all of
talking.
us can go. It's a good thing Eric's good with his mouth because his legs are garbage.
Listen, John Cena is not. He's no smooth guy on the dance floor, so you're gonna be fine, dude.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Listen. The guy can do aerial flips in the air. I stub my toe while walking. It's just a bad. It's not the same. We are not the same.
Fair enough. Not that I'm comparing John Cena. Let's not get crazy.
Our arms are almost the same, so I can understand why you. So just on the veins
fair.
alone, how ripped. I get it. Yeah.
He may look better in tidy whities, though. Let's come.
Oh, I mean, clearly. But abs equal, like ab twins. We are. I don't want to brag, but it's like it's there.
You're right there, dude. Oh man. So get out there and support Eric on the Kickstarter. 2 weeks left, maybe? No?
10 days. 10 days.
Okay.
About 10 days left, yeah.
10 days. So, we'll keep talking about that. Very exciting. And speaking of exciting, first nugget, which is a happy nugget. This is a nugget that puts a big smile on our faces because we're excited. I know Eric's excited for Sandman officially renewed for season 2 on Netflix. And we were hoping, fingers crossed, they made us wait a little bit here.
Oh yeah,
wondering what's going on with this.
They made you almost think like, oh, maybe it's not gonna happen. But like deja vu dreams. It just comes out of nowhere. Like, oh snap! I've been here the whole time. Yeah,
it's back. Really excited about that. I was hoping that when you and I talked about, it's an expensive show, and I get it.
Absolutely.
Even Neil Gaiman wasn't 100% sure if they were going to bring it back, but they are. That's great. So I think this one's going to be. The story is it the Echoes? Is that what? Oh man, what's the focus of the next chapters of the book?
I know graphic novel wise from like the collection of the stories. It's gonna be volume 4, 5, and 6. I think that it's gonna be, which I think it's
It's the one that introduced like the North gods and the mythology, a bunch of introduced.
Well, I think the big storyline that they kind of ended the season on is, how the season ended with Lucifer going, I have a plan that'll make that'll affect Dream. I don't know if I should spoil it or not, but in the comic books, the big plan that Lucifer has is essentially Lucifer quits.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm done running hell, and he gives it to Dream, and then everybody is like, you got to give us hell. He's like, and Sandman's like, I don't even want this thing, and it's basically, it's a deep dive on what Lucifer really wants, why Lucifer is doing this, and also how important hell is to the dynamic of the cosmos and humanity, and all these different gods are asking for him to bestow hell upon them. It's a really interesting, and I heard also they're going to do the storyline where the Endless are going to talk about how they haven't seen their brother Destruction. So the Endless of the 7 characters, each one has a D name. So it's Dream, Death, Despair, Delirium, Desire, Destruction, and Destiny. And out of all of them, Destruction's disappeared like 200 years ago. No one knows where he is. Mm-hmm. Much like Dream, but Dream just vanished out of nowhere. Destruction said, I'm leaving, and then made sure no one could follow him. So they know he's out there willingly just to know where he is. And I heard that's going to be the 2 major arcs for that.
Season of the Mist is that one. It's the
Season of the Mist.
Yeah. I think that's one of my favorite ones out of that volume. So I can't wait. If you guys haven't seen it, you need to jump on that. It's so good. What a surprisingly good show. It really was. Yeah. We were hoping for the best on that one. And the
Dollhouse is I'm a basic bitch when it comes to Sandman. Fair. Dollhouse is my favorite. So because they covered it in the first season, I'm like, I'm good now. Whatever you want to do afterwards, let's just let it ride. I'm cool.
Gaiman's involved, so that's a plus. Everyone's coming. Thank God. I would be so disappointed if they would have told this was not coming out, because this is the one show I really hope that they gave it another shot. That what goes beyond this, I don't know, but at least season 2, because they can be fleshed out and finished give us too much better stories in there. So I can't wait.
If you
That's good.
want to talk about the difference the creative team does to an actor, the guy who plays Desire,
Oh, mm-hmm.
uh,
Yeah,
they are also in the new reboot of Quantum Leap, and Quantum Leap is a steaming pile of hot
it's
garbage,
not good.
and they are in this,
It's not good.
and they suck on that show. The whole show sucks,
Yeah, it's
but
not.
they suck in that show. But when you see them in in Sandman, it's so much better. So sometimes, really, the material elevates the
Oh, of
performance.
course,
That's how
absolutely.
good
Yeah,
the Sandman
absolutely.
is.
Yeah. And I love Quantum Leap. I did back in the day. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, this one's
I saw two
rough.
episodes and I'm like, I can't do it. It just wasn't for me.
It's a lot of people who aren't smart trying to sound smart, and they clearly don't know
They
what
just
they're
really,
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah.
And I just like, listen,
It's not the
the
Quantum Leap that I grew up with, right? You and I grew up and watched.
I don't
Obviously,
care
it's
about
different.
how you're growing up with, like, but if you're gonna talk like big theoretical science things, do what Marvel does, where it just sounds mildly plausible because they brought in like MIT people to say you gotta talk like this, reference it like this. They literally say like, oh, Ziggy's on, so it'll do it. Like what? Like are you a scientist or are you the guy who pushes the button? Like no, it's bad. But my point is, the actor who is in Quantum Leap, who's also in Sandman, is amazing in Sandman,
Yeah.
and is buying a pool for Quantum Leap. So stick with Sandman because the material elevates the performance.
No, absolutely, yeah, very good show. So I can't wait for that. Probably 2024 or something. Anyway, so it'll be a while, but whatever. It is what it is.
Sure. Listen, the fact that it's coming and it's guaranteed is
Oh no, yeah, that's fine.
that's all I need. That's all I needed.
Take your time, figure it out. It's all good. No problem with that. We're gonna mix some little DC, Marvel, Netflix. We'll mix them all
Sure.
up here. Sony. Another small tidbit. We talked about Wonder Man, a series coming out on Disney Plus from
Yes.
Marvel. They cast the lead, Yahya Abdul Mateen the second, who I really
Oh,
like.
they casted him? I heard it was a rumor. I didn't know they actually casted him.
No, he's been cast. That's what they've all
Awesome.
been saying. So yeah, no, he's in there. He's great. Now he's DC and Marvel because he was in.
Yeah, he was only DC. He was in DC Vertigo because of Watchmen, the TV series,
That's a good point. So he's making the
and
runs.
he was in DC
That's true.
Aquaman, and so he's getting all the
He's
subgenres
hitting
going
all.
down
Yeah,
to it.
that's a good point. Has anybody done Vertigo, DC, and Marvel? I don't think they have.
No,
Maybe.
I mean Marvel has.
I got double check
Marvel's
it.
version of Vertigo was called Marvel Max, which is what Jessica Jones' Alias was from.
Oh,
That was a Marvel Max.
okay.
So they kind of did that a little bit, you know. So
I gotta see. But he's a good actor. He's really good.
he's great. That
He
dude
really
is
is.
so
Yeah.
so good. He's so good. I worry about mispronouncing his name. I don't want to be disrespectful because he's too good
I know.
to me to put disrespect on his name. That's
He's
how
like-
good
he's
this
that
dude
guy,
is.
the guy from Aquaman. Yeah, that guy. Put him
Yeah.
in there. But he's great. So, but yeah, I don't think there's any actors. We know we talked about those who've been in both DC. Well, it was
Mike
Sony.
Keaton,
It was Sony, DC, and Marvel, right? We've had that conversation before. I think
Right.
it was very few. I think Russell Crowe was one of the only ones.
Keaton's done Marvel, DC, technically Sony, Batman, Vulture, and Morbius. So technically,
Well, he was
DC,
in Morbius, so
Marvel,
he was in
Sony.
Morbius. He was, unfortunately for him. But yeah, you agreed. So it was.
That's
I
what I'm
think two of
saying.
them. I think it was him, Russell Crowe,
got-
were the only ones.
Yeah,
But
I think that
Vertigo, if we're gonna put the fourth
only
in
ones
there.
that he's a Yaya has not done Sony. He's only done
No,
Marvel,
right. But he's one who's
DC,
done
Vertigo,
Vertigo
still
and
Warner
DC,
Brothers.
Right, but it's a different
Right.
division of DC. So, but yeah, good for him. I'm excited about that. So that's good. I wasn't looking for. I mean, I don't know anything about the character that much, but you put him in there. Okay.
I automatically, you already know that no matter what happens, you're going to get a for sure great performance out of the Wonder Man character. Even though I heard they're playing Wonder Man sort of like what's the that show on HBO that was there for a hot minute? Not X. Jeez, I'm trying to remember. It's the one with Turtle Entourage.
Oh, Entourage. Okay.
It's sort of entourage-y is what I heard. Is that sort of like they're going to show you how Hollywood really works and how Hollywood works in a Marvel universe where when you have superpowers, you essentially could be the ultimate stuntman, actor, superhero star.
Okay, that's interesting. All right, that could be a good take. Let's see. You can't get worse than She-Hulk, so whatever.
And Ben
Hello.
Kingsley's going to be in it. I heard that too. Ben
Who?
Kingsley's in it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they have mentioned that
Trevor
before.
Slattery, he's
Yeah,
going to be in there too.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that
Not sure that's
automatically,
confirmed, but
you know what?
that was talked about before. Yeah,
That was one
definitely.
of my favorite
Yeah.
parts. I know a lot of people kind of felt a certain way about it, but that was
Mhm.
one of my favorite parts of seeing Shang-Chi was seeing Ben Kingsley. And I was like, oh fuck, they brought
Yeah,
Trevor
I
back. This
liked
is
it. They
great.
showed too much of him, but I liked him. They could have.
I
I
thought it
get it.
was
Yeah,
just the
yeah.
right amount, just the right
Yeah,
amount.
yeah,
My
a lot of
opinion.
people were complaining.
My
I'll give you
opinion.
that, but it's whatever. It's fine. It's fair. Um, this one here, little Netflix here. Back to Netflix. Netflix has a lot of stories this week. Good news and bad news situation. The bad news first. Start with the bad.
All
Is
right.
that the big story about Henry Cavill leaving The Witcher after the
Yes.
upcoming season, still in season 3, which will be released this next summer. But season 4, it ain't gonna be him. It's gonna be Hemsworth's brother, which who really cares? So he's out of the show, man. No one's tossing a coin for Mr. Henry Cavill anymore for this.
Because
Surprising, but there's a lot of rumors
it's not
as to
surprising.
why. Well,
Because he did The Witcher when he lost Superman. He got Superman, so he's leaving The Witcher.
that's what I'm thinking. So, like I said, it's a good news, bad news, right? He's leaving for good reasons, right? Because
Oh yeah.
yeah, because I know that it's a grueling shoot, it's a long shoot, it's overseas. So yeah, I know Superman. From even what I heard, small tidbit rumor, they were already fast tracking that. The script is said to be almost done. That's what I heard
For Superman?
for Superman, right? They're trying to. That's what I hear. Whether that's
Ooh.
true or not, but that's what I'm
All
hearing.
right.
So,
Okay. Okay.
which makes sense. They put two and two together. I don't got time for The Witch. And listen, I love me The Witch. We both like The Witch.
Witcher is a pleasant surprise of a
Yes,
series.
but let's be honest here. What would you do? Come on.
Oh yeah, no, I go Superman all the way.
Hello,
Absolutely,
right?
that's
So
just
I don't blame him. I know I've heard some stuff where he was at odds with some of the creative forces behind the show because he's a fucking nerd about this show. He
no.
really
He's a
is.
hardcore Witcher
Yeah, and
fan.
the producers, the
Absolutely,
showrunners are not. And are
right.
going directions he didn't quite agree with, so they're saying it has something to do with that. I think a combination of a lot of things. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure he had a 3 year contract right now, and he's like, though we want to stick around, I got Super. So he's out. So whatever. So basically, as far as I'm concerned, the last season is season 3.
And
It really
season
is.
4 is a reboot.
But I
It's
guess
a reboot.
I wish I would just kill him off and Hemsworth can be another character. Because look, Hemsworth, I hasn't done anything good that I can recall, and I don't know. Dude. I don't see
The only thing
I
that
don't
I
see it.
heard Chris Hemsworth's brother was good in was pretending he was Thor as an actor in the Taika
Right,
Waititi
and take away
movies.
exactly. Agreed. So man, should have just killed him off and just
But
he's a
to be fair, and I'll give credit. The ugliest, most untalented Hemsworth is still more talented and handsomer than most of us will ever be.
there's no
So
disagreeing with that because yeah, the guy's a stud. I get it. I do. I get it. I think he's probably better looking than Chris Evans is, to be honest with you.
possibly, man.
He doesn't have the body that he has, but yeah, I mean,
Well, you
whatever. I
know what?
just
Give. Remember, Chris Hemsworth was pretty in shape in Thor, and then Thor 2, he went bananas, and then Thor 3, it got ridiculous, and then Thor 4, it was like, fuck you, dude. Just stop making me feel bad about eating hamburgers at night. Could
yeah,
you
I tell
please?
you that Hemsworth. I'll get credit's due. But yeah, so listen. Okay, so listen. One more season, of The Witcher. That's fine. Shut it down.
I'll give you. I'll say this: if Liam Hemsworth
Yeah,
puts
there we go.
in the work like his brother did and gets super jacked to the size that
Cavill.
what's his name was when he was in The Witcher, Henry Cavill, because Henry Cavill got huge for
I
The
mean,
Witcher too.
of course, but he's always been a big guy. He obviously we've seen
I
him
know,
before.
absolutely, but
Yeah.
he got bigger for The Witcher,
I just don't
and
know.
so
I said Hemsworth doesn't have the chops. I don't know. Maybe he might surprise
if
us because
but I'm saying
Henry Cavill is a good actor.
if he gets just as jacked, I'll watch 3 episodes. I'll give it the Titan 3. I'll give it
Oh
the
wow.
Titan
Okay,
3.
that's
I'll
fair.
give it 3
That's a
episodes.
fair statement.
I'll give
Okay.
it three
All right.
episodes.
Okay.
The Titan 3.
You're right. If we
That's
can
what
get
we
Titans
call
3
it now.
episodes, we can give Witcher
Before
season 4.
I go the full Luke on that series, I'm gonna give it the Titan 3. And
Fair
then
enough.
we'll
Fair.
see where we
Okay.
are.
I can live with that. I can live with that. Um, moving on to another category of I just don't give a shit, but we'll talk about it anyway. That is a new series on Disney Plus, Marvel story here. They're releasing, or they're gonna begin or development or whatever on Vision Quest is what they're calling it.
I'm super excited
I would
about that.
assume White Vision. I really
Absolutely.
whatever. Vision was a whatever character. Making him white doesn't necessarily make him good. So I don't know. I could care less. I'm sure
In
it's
the
gonna be great.
comics, White Vision is a pivotal turn of character for his personality, and it's like a
I'm sure.
landmark moment.
I guess.
It's like White Vision is the equivalent of like Black Suit Spider-Man. It's one of the things where it's a major character defining moment in his history. I was excited to see White Vision in WandaVision. You have even been talking about like where the hell is Vision? I personally wanted White Vision in the Thunderbolt series. We've talked about this
Right.
ad
Yeah.
nauseum. If they're giving him a TV series so he can figure out who he is, I hope it comes out before Thunderbolts. I'm not sure if that's going to be
Oh no,
possible.
no, it's not. There's no way. Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be
Which
out.
is a
Yeah,
bummer.
yeah, it's gonna be out. But I mean, I know Vision Quest had a storyline. I don't think they're gonna follow it the same as the comics. So
No,
how do you
the
think they're
comics,
gonna approach
in the
this?
comics, it's the West Coast Avengers
Right.
looking for parts of the Vision because Ultron or a copy of Ultron had destroyed his backup drives, and so they had to find uh, parts of it to make his original personality come back. Which is why, interesting enough, in the comics, Vision's personality is based off of Wonder Man.
Oh, interesting.
So having Yaya's Wonder Man series come out and also Vision Quest makes me think: are they going to do that sort of thing where he's trying to figure out who he is? Do they do in the comics? He based his personality off the brain patterns of Wonder Man. Maybe they just become friends. Maybe Yaya's Wonder Man guest stars and kind of shows him a little bit of humanity, or at least a little bit about having fun, stupid human fun, because that's what famous actors do. They have stupid human fun. So maybe that's, which would be a cool way to kind of bridge the two together in that sort of comic book thing, but it's not. And if you think about it, you got Vision, you got Wonder Man, you got She-Hulk, you got Kate Bishop, Hawkeye. That is, and you also have America Chavez. Though they've all been members of the West Coast Avengers, so it kind of feels like they're kind of setting something up. If they're not going to go Young Avengers with everybody,
Yeah,
I could see.
Yeah, I don't see Young Avengers. It doesn't really. Well, you got Miss Marvel.
Well, you got
mean,
Miss
Kate
Marvel.
Bishop.
You have Isaiah Bradley's son who becomes Patriot. You have Wanda's twins who become Wiccan and Speed.
But it seems like
I
that's
mean,
gonna take a while before that develops. I don't think that's gonna come about with Vision. I don't think that's like the
oh
Vision
no,
Vision
I'm
Quest
going to come
will not be
about.
about that,
But
right?
to me,
Yeah.
the pieces for a West Coast Avengers and a Young Avengers are being set up.
Right, but we're very far away. I'm saying like we're not like I
Oh
don't
yeah,
think.
it's not
Yeah,
going to be. Yeah.
like Vision Quest is not the show is gonna. Oh, here I don't think that's gonna be.
Right.
Maybe
Okay.
after they introduce some whatever, but not now. So I don't think it's that.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting that. But we'll see. I mean, what I just never. They haven't really done him justice. They really haven't. MCU has as far as Vision. He's been more of an ancillary character. He really has. So it's hard for me to get excited. Listen, it could be great. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, it's a wait and see for me. Whatever.
I like Vision's character because I enjoyed Paul Bentley's version
He's
of
great.
Jarvis.
Yeah, no question.
And just Paul Bentley, like I'll tell you how much of a fan of Paul Bentley I am. There was a romantic comedy they did where he was a retiring tennis star that I saw in the theaters because I was like, I like this dude.
Wimbledon.
I think it was Wimbledon. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw that, and then I watched one where he was that priest that kills vampires. It was called Priest.
Oh my god, it was him. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I saw that too. And that movie sucked, but he was great in it.
It
Like
was
I
bad.
am a fan. Now, mind you, maybe it's some sort of weird situation because he is married to the girl who was in Labyrinth.
Good
Just
for him.
Conley,
Jennifer Connelly. Yeah.
and Jennifer Connelly,
Good
and I
for
have
him,
a
dude.
massive
Yeah,
Jennifer
no.
Connelly crush.
Got
So I
you.
feel like
Amazing.
because he got to where 12-year-old me wanted to be, I'm like, I have to support
No,
you
listen,
just
no.
on man facts.
He's got
so
my
maybe
respect.
that's it.
There's no question about that. Wimbledon, Priest, what I don't care. I mean, yeah, Jennifer Connelly. You have me, Jennifer Connelly.
Whatever that gets me close enough to fist bump the dude that married Jennifer Connelly, I want to do. Is what I'm saying.
I remember. Oh, speaking of, they're both together in Beautiful Mind too.
That's right. They are together in Beautiful Mind.
Yeah,
That's a great pull. There you go. Yeah.
That's a great
And
movie.
you know what? I one of the things I do like about Paul Bentley, and this is kind of like, I feel like one of the reasons why I love Daredevil and Spider-Man is because they're underdog characters. Paul Bentley said that his career was broke. Like nobody wanted to work with him. Like it was just not. It was he had a shot, didn't work out, and that's why Favreau was able to get him to do Jarvis. He's like, hey man, listen, it's not a big commitment, it's just a voice thing,
Nice.
and everything he did that Marvel's helped him get into has now made him like a legit B-level star. He's not A-level,
No, yeah, it's not.
but definitely a B-level
Yeah,
star. But to
that's
go
fair.
from nothing to B-level
Yeah,
is
yeah.
insane.
He was that guy from that thing, right? Oh, that guy.
Ex-
Oh, that.
he
That's
was
what he
that
was. I don't
literally
like him. I
that
really
guy
did.
from that
Yeah,
tennis movie.
but that's what he
That guy
was.
with
Yeah,
the priest and he kills the vampires.
yeah,
He was that guy in that
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Now
Beautiful
it's like,
mind. Remember the guy with the bong?
Paul
Yeah.
Bentley, the
Exactly.
dude
No,
who
but
plays
I
Vision.
love him. He's great. So yeah, I'm glad it's getting a
So
show.
I support Paul Bentley. I
No, I
support
do.
Vision Quest.
I'm with
I'm
you.
excited about this.
I'm with. Listen, put Jennifer Connelly in Vision Quest, and now you got my attention. Please, guys, MCU, talk. Come on.
And by the way, just nerdcasting,
Mhm.
Paul Bentley as the Scarecrow in the new Matt Reeves Batman verse. That's good. That would be my pick right there.
That's not bad. That's
Telling
not
you,
bad. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
don't sleep on Paul Bentley.
No,
He'd be a great Scarecrow. Just
no
saying.
complaint on this side of the table. Okay. Why not, dude? He's really good. Yeah. Like people don't know who he is, but he's very talented. So good for him. The guy's eating well. Kudos. Let's go to Sony. We talk Sony a lot. There's a good reason why we don't talk Sony enough.
Okay.
This is
I don't know how
this is
we're
a
gonna feel
reason
about
why
it,
we
but
don't
let's
talk
go.
about Sony, right? This is not a good story. So Venom 3 is coming out, which whatever, right? First one's fine, second one's whatever, fine. They were fine, whatever. So Venom 3 is coming out. Whatever. I'm not excited about it, right? But I know who else is not excited about it, and that's Sony. Because Sony hired a director for Venom 3. Her name is
A different director.
Yeah, Kelly Marcel is going to be doing that's her name. And this is going to be her debut. She wrote or co-wrote, I think, the first couple of Venoms. So they're giving her first foray into directing the big blockbuster S film that is Venom 3. That is a recipe for disaster. It really
Did they
is.
not remember Blade 3?
Did I remember like who they get? Simon Kinberg, for example, who obviously is known amongst all the geeks. He did a lot of the X-Men stuff. He wrote
Produced all the
films.
X-Men, but then he did Dark Phoenix, and that was a train
Yeah,
wreck.
and that was his directorial debut as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that. It doesn't. Listen, a movie like this is not exactly the movie you want someone to cut their teeth in, right? Just give them something small, see what they can do, right?
See, I don't understand that because wasn't the big hype was you got what's his name for Venom 2, the guy who played
God.
Golem.
Oh, I forgot his name.
He's also an Andor.
Yeah, no,
I
we'll
forgot
talk
his
about it
name.
soon. God, what is his name? Oh my God,
I'm drawing a blank right now.
I forgot his name.
Look him
I'll
up.
look it up now.
Look him up Riff. But you got him to direct it, and we all said it's great that you got him to direct because he knows how to act with CG effects and how to do everything over it. So he was great, and he got
Andy
Woody
Serkis.
Harrelson.
Andy Serkis.
Andy
There you go.
Serkis.
But
Which is also he's an Andor.
He's directed before. It's not.
Right.
This wasn't his
But
first film.
so you graduated to a perfect director for the type of genre movie you're going to be making. This guy knows how to do human CG layering. You have multiple CG human characters who are going to be layered. You got you not only you have Tom Hardy, but you had
Williams is in there.
Michelle Williams. I'm talking about the guy who played
Woody
Venom.
Harrelson, of course. Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
And so he was there, like he could tell them, I need you to act like this. Your body's gonna move like that. Make sure you announce like this. We're gonna sell like that. Like you don't do a movie like Venom 3 with a first timer because wasn't the big sell like Venom 3? We're gonna do Spider-Man. If you're gonna do Spider-Man,
well, which we don't know yet. To be fair, we don't know if they're gonna. I now this leads to believe they're not gonna give it Spider-Man because there's no way.
Yeah, you're not gonna do Spider-Man or first time direct
and rely on her to bring it. I just that's too big a property. You need someone, at least someone who's a more seasoned director who can handle big budgets and CGI because that's not easy. It's a tall task. And these movies do well monetarily. They do. I don't know why Sony. I don't get it.
It's like Sony's like, hey, remember what we did with Spider-Man 3? Yeah, remember what we did with Amazing Spider-Man 2? Yeah, let's just shit a franchise. Let's just bury a franchise. And this was not even that great to begin with.
No,
so
it's
hanging up by a hair.
People like it. People like it, and it makes money. Fine, good for them. No problem with that.
But
it's not a great film.
It's not a great movie, and even though people like it, everyone says, "Yeah, it was fun." Not the greatest movie ever, which means that movie is
Yeah,
It's a balancing act,
yeah,
barely staying on good.
yeah.
But all
Agreed.
you need is a hard wind, and it's gonna topple.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, of course, that was, yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, and this is weird, man. I don't understand that. All directors they could have brought on just a first timer like that. I know she wrote it. She can write it again. That's fine. No one said you can't write it.
Why can't you keep Andy Serkis, man?
Right.
The dude was super into it.
Yeah,
So
the
I don't
writing
know.
and directing are two completely different tasks, and I don't care how well you write it. It's not the same. So it's puzzling, man. It really is. Now for sure, I don't think Spider Man's in this. Forget all that
Yeah,
now. That's not happening.
with that announcement, I
No,
don't
you
think
can
so either, man.
scrap that right now. Maybe Morbius or whoever they're going to find, or maybe Craven the Hunter. Perhaps that would have come out by then already. So, but yeah, our choice, man. It's kind of disappointing. Not that again, not a listen. I
It's
would have.
not kind of. It is
It's
disappointing. It's
disappointing. I mean,
disappointing
yes and no,
because
because it's not like we were like can't wait for Venom 3, right? But you know, but
with
now
the
it's like
hype of Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and then Spider-Man No Way Home, you're like, you had a good thing going,
I
Sony.
know
Why would
it's
you
odd. It's
purposely
yeah.
tank it out with somebody who doesn't know what they're
It's like they
doing
don't care.
yet?
And look at this movie. This movie didn't make money, fine, right? But this movie made a lot of money, man. It's just like you don't have that many in Sony's repertoire because you're sharing Spider Man if you will. But our
You think this is
choice.
Sony doing that thing that Sony does, where they think that because they had successes but don't understand that it was a barely success, that they're like, oh, we know what we're doing. Like it's the same logic of like, let's relaunch Morbius. Like
I,
it's a logic like, we got this.
I
We're
guess.
clearly really good
Listen,
at this.
I'm hope I'm wrong too. Don't be wrong. Who doesn't want a good Venom movie, right? I'm hope I'm wrong.
I'm still waiting for a good Venom
Well,
movie.
fair
I saw
enough.
a fun Venom
That's fair.
movie. I
That's
want a
fair.
good Venom movie.
I'm looking for a decent Venom. I'll take it, but I'm saying this doesn't give me any confidence. You know what? Hey, maybe it's out of the park, dude. Maybe it's the Russo brothers thing. I don't know. Maybe, right?
That's true.
Let's be
But even
fair.
the Russo
But
brothers,
they did direct. No, they did direct Me, You, and the Pre, and TV stuff. So they had a director
but no, they
experience.
directed the Community, and the
What's
most
like
famous episodes were the action homage episodes,
right? No,
which means
yeah,
that you need to know how to film
that's true.
action
Yeah.
to do action
Yeah.
homage.
Yeah, so they did have
So
experience directing. She's got nothing, no credits at all. So very odd choice, but whatever. Let's see what happens. Let's go to something that has some good directors behind the camera, which makes me
okay,
very happy. And that is, of course, Andor. We're going to talk about this in a couple weeks. A couple
yes.
episodes, I think 8 and 9 had passed. Are we in
I
9?
think 7 and 8.
Are we in 8? I don't remember now. Maybe 7, 8. Regardless, either way. Yeah, dude, we were liking the show a lot, and nothing's changed. I mean, this last couple episodes probably could have been combined into one, to be
Right.
fair. A lot of kind of like, okay, I get it, Empire's bad. Okay, let's push the story forward a little more. Small complaints. It's not the best episodes, but they're still very good. And I'm hoping the landing is stuck at some point because
I gotta tell you, what I'm loving about the series is you're letting every character's moment breathe. It's not being
yes,
rushed. Like
agree.
you feel like the you're being trapped. We're gonna let you feel trapped and slowly show you are being trapped, and they're just bringing you closer in. Like I like people are like, oh, it's there's people out there, which is very strange. Like they complain that it's slow, but you understand everything's happening, and if everything's happening, it makes sense, and so you understand everyone's feelings and motivations and the turns of why they're doing things, then it's not slow, it's building tension.
Of
So I
course.
don't understand the complaint of like, oh, it's slow. It's like, first you complained that stuff doesn't make sense in Star Wars because it's too brisk or it's too shallow. Now they're giving you everything for motivation and pacing, and everything's being well acted. Nothing is cheap or rushed
No,
at
no.
or surface level of any of this. And now you complain like, oh, but like it's taking too long to get to the thing. I want to see more things. Like, shut up, then. I got it. It is a great series. Should all Star Wars be like this? No. I
No, of
think as
course
we
not.
talked
Of
about
course
it,
not. Yeah.
Star Wars has to be half Mandalorian, half this.
Yeah.
But these are the two chambers that Star Wars should make their bread and butter on.
Yeah.
Is this? You can do other variations because I think Star Wars works well thematically with different subs genres, but it should either feel light and brisk like a Mandalorian, or it should feel very intense like Rogue
Intense,
One
heavy,
and
like
now
yeah,
this.
very character. Listen, and it's and I heard people say that too. I'm like, listen, and I compare this to in terms of the type of storytelling, Game of Thrones, right? Like this season, for example, which is very good. it's not a very fast moving show. It's not.
Oh no, especially
Very,
this last House of Dragon
of
season,
course,
super slow.
yeah, but it's very character driven. The moments make sense,
Absolutely.
and the payoff is there because they set everything up just nicely. Yet you just got to be patient. And even old Game of Thrones is the same way. I know we remember the Red Wedding and the Battle of the Bastards, but let's be honest, that's one episode a season. The rest were build up, character driven
It was
development.
seeing people like be assholes.
Right,
That was a
moving the
basic thing.
chess. That's what's going on. This the show
That's
follows
it.
a similar pattern where it's slow, but it's well paced. The cadence is there. We're getting the good character moments. Stuff's going on. I grant his last two episodes they could have condensed it, a little redundant in some parts, and that's fine. But overall, yeah, dude, this is such a good show, man. I'm hoping to stick the landing. I'm always concerned about sticking landing because
You
Disney,
know what?
you know,
I disagree because I felt this episode specifically. So just to talk about this episode, you should know about it. Andor, while on the run from the crime he committed, gets arrested while not committing a crime.
yeah,
The ultimate irony of living in a fascist state. And they send him to a prison for 6 years for doing nothing.
yeah,
And when he comes in, he's being totally Andor. He's checking out the people. He's seeing the routines. He's trying to find a hole in their system. When he realizes, if I just follow the rules, I can be out of here keeping my head down. And this is why you need the pacing. There's a little part of him that thinks for a second, like, maybe I'll just do it, man. I'll just do the 6 years. I'll just get this thing done and I'll be out. But then he realizes that the Empire doesn't give a crap about the rules of the structure. And the big turn is when you realize an entire level of prisoners got murked.
yeah.
And by them doing that, that's what he realizes, like, yo, it doesn't matter how long you're supposed to be here. We're never getting out of here.
Yeah, and it's a good, I think, really good more for Andy Serkis' character, who was like, dude,
Absolutely.
get in a
Andy
fucking line,
Serkis
right?
was the one guy who
Yeah.
was like, no, I gotta follow the rules. I'm out
Exactly,
of here
yeah.
like in 3 months. And when he realizes no one's gonna leave, he's like, oh, screw it. Let's make this thing happen.
I'm
And now
excited. Yeah.
it
It's good
feels
setup
like
for
one of
where
those.
it's a good payoff.
It feels very much like one of those, almost like one of those like World War II movies where they have to escape from like a Nazi prison camp.
Mhm.
That like it has the big. I'm like, this is gonna be so good.
Oh no,
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
really excited about this.
because
Yeah.
the one action episode was built up really well. The heist, right? The first part of the season was building up to the heist.
Right.
And that paid out really. I'm hoping the same thing
Really
happens here,
good.
where it's going to be setting up, and then when I get this escape, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait for that. Intense, great show, man. This is it's so good, and I know it's unfortunate. I've talked to Chewy about this on the watch list that it's not doing well, like numbers wise. And there was I read I forget the name of the company that do like statistics on not just viewership but in terms of trend what's trending on Twitter, the mentions, like all stuff like that. And it's like one of the lowest shows Disney Plus has when it comes to that.
Which is weird because it's
odd.
honestly it's one of the best shows.
Right. I mean, who knows? Maybe it could be people just get like we got burned already and not falling for it, or they just don't care about the Andor thing because it's not Kenobi and Darth Vader and all that. I get it.
But the crazy
for whatever
is
reason, I
so
don't
much
know.
better.
Yeah.
If
No, this is
Kenobi
1,000
was
times
half
better
as
than that.
good as this,
Oh my god.
Kenobi would have been amazing.
Of course, yeah. This is a way better show. There's no argument there. But yeah, so I don't know. It's odd. I don't know what to make of it. It doesn't. I mean, they'll give us season 2 anyway. But I'm hoping that doesn't deter from Disney continuing this. Not like you said. Not every Star Wars show has to be like this. But I'm saying give us more this kind of mature, more adult-oriented Star Wars shows. I'm hoping that doesn't deter from that. That's my concern.
I hope so too.
Because we're getting season 2. We know that.
If anything, Jose, we should take it upon ourselves to tweet and mention more about Andor when it comes out because the show needs all the help it can get. Apparently,
No, it's a really good show. So I am excited about that one. That being said, a favorite show we love to hate. Titans is back.
I don't love to hate the show. I just hate this show.
I love to hate
it.
it.
Just hate it.
And I ain't debating.
Like, how
ain't bother
can
talking,
you
but we'll talk
cancel
about it.
that girl, but not this? How?
And it's funny because this show it does well for them. That's fine. It has its fans. Good for you guys.
Blows my mind.
Good for you guys. Whatever. So let's talk about seasons. Let's just focus on 2 episodes dropped. They're doing like I think 6 episodes, and then they're doing a part 2 of the season like next year or something. So yeah, picking up where it left off. Titans are together. They're gonna get back to San Francisco, make a little detour to Metropolis. Superman gets mentioned. Of course, they don't show him. That figure.
Of course, because why show?
Listen, if Henry Cavill would have been there, I would have fucking lost my shit. That would have
Listen,
been. Come on.
if the guy from Lois and Superman would have been
Fair
there,
enough.
it would have been awesome.
That's fair. Brandon Roth could have been. Rock could have been there. He wasn't there, but we did get. I will say this before we get to anything else, because this show was Lex Luthor. Who I forgot. He's the one of those guys from that thing, right? He was in Bosch, which I really liked on Amazon. I forgot his name. Titus something, right? I'm saying this wrong. I don't know.
I forgot his name.
Forget. But either way, he's really good. I get credit dude. I really like that version of Lex Luthor. For whatever small amount we got of him, he's really good. I want to start with the positive. He's good. Spoiler alert. He dies. Maybe. Do you think he's dead? Come on. There's no way.
Listen, if it's one thing we know about comic book villains is they always come back.
They always come back. This season to come back. If not, that's a total waste of time. It really is. I swear to God. Whatever. Well, won't come out because we know we'll have to wait till the end if he comes back. But out of the way. So I'll let you go first, man. 2 episodes dropped.
Listen,
aside from Lex Luthor, was there anything else good?
There really, you know what? It's when I watch Titans, it makes me feel like every time I watch Titans, it makes me feel watching Zack Snyder's Batman v Superman. I'm like the whole time I'm thinking, you're playing with my toys wrong. That's not what they do. That's not how that toy does that thing. And he's got no, you're stupid, toy. It just makes me angry, dude. It makes me so. And here's the thing: some of the actors in the show are so close to almost an alien. Like the kid who plays Superboy, he's so good for being Connor Kent. Like from the comic books, my '90s Superboy, he's so close to it. I'm like, oh, just get over. And then, it feels like, and these first 2 episodes kind of felt that way too, where it's like they have a really good idea, and then someone reminds them of how much money they can spend per episode. And they're like, "Oh, we're gonna bring this back. We can't do that." And it's just disappointing, man. Like I was surprised Lex Luthor showed up. I really was, because we got Batman in season 3, but we never saw him being Batman. We just saw like bummer Bruce Wayne.
Right.
So the fact that we actually got Lex Luthor being Lex, I was kind of like, okay,
which is cool. But then you kill him off. I'm like.
But then you kill him off, and I'm like, "What the? Why do that?"
Right. I mean, he may come back, and that's fine. But how long do we have to wait till that happens? Like, he was really good Lex Luthor. I mean, I really liked him. I was digging it. I'm like, you know what? Now we're talking.
I would have liked if they would have done the thing where he died, but then maybe something was happening. Like it was the next part of his plan. Because if you know, when Lex Luthor's done well, he's almost Batman level, like super genius, where it's a plan on top of a plan on top of a plan. To me. Perfect Lex Luthor. Did you ever watch the animated cartoon All-Star Superman that's also on HBO Max?
Yeah. I did. Yeah.
That Lex Luthor is the way I've always thought Lex Luthor should be. And so I was hoping we were going to get something like that, where his death was like part 6 of his 27 set plan.
It may be, to be fair, it may be. I
there was no hint to that.
I know. I mean, like I said, if he comes back,
something.
Like, don't come back episode 9, right? How long this is?
Right.
3, maybe 4. I can live with that. Okay, fine. He comes back, because I mean, when I was watching, I'm like, now this show's gonna be really good, right? I kept thinking that I like this is going. I like this. And then I kill him off. I'm like, what, are you kidding me? Whatever.
So
fine.
we have the joke of the Titan 3, which is give it 3 episodes, and if it's good enough, we'll watch the rest of the season. If it's not, we back away. They only give us 2 episodes. I feel like they're onto us. I feel like they're like
we got Lex Luthor. We got Lex Luthor, dude. They got a plan within a plan. They're gonna make us wait for that 3rd episode.
It's a plan with Luthor to go against the Titan 3, but still, what are you doing?
To make us wait another week to make that crucial decision. Bastards. So I mean, yeah.
What did you think? I know you like,
it's more the same.
Like overall, like
it's just,
like I will say as well. I dug Metropolis. Metropolis did feel very different than Gotham, and I feel like after being in Gotham, that was very dark.
Of course,
I liked the aesthetical change.
I'll give you that.
But
that's fair.
But it didn't feel different enough that it. If you would have just said, "Oh, they're back in San Francisco," I would have believed it. Like there wasn't something too, except for like the Daily Planet. There was nothing that really stood out as like, you're
Well,
in the City of
The Star
Tomorrow.
Labs thing was cool. I liked it. It was
Uh,
fine.
See, Star Labs to
Whatever.
me is too much of like a Flash thing at this point. Like when I think Star
Well,
Labs,
okay,
I think the Flash.
sure, yeah.
So
I got
like,
you. I got you. It makes sense.
right.
I mean, it's just more of the same. It's just like it doesn't. It just hovers in the middle. When it gets light, it's not light enough, or it doesn't get too dark enough. It just like pick a side, right? Pick a tone, and it's all over the place. And there's moments here and there. I don't know. Listen, we're gonna give it three. That's what we said. I'm gonna give it one more. I want to be fair. Maybe next one may sway me to at least continue to try. Listen, don't get me wrong, because last season started off great. We were like, oh my god,
Oh, it
Titans
started off
finally,
amazing.
and then it
It
shit the
ended
bed,
like
right?
garbage, but it started off
Right, it
amazing.
started great. Oh, this show's fantastic. Maybe it's the opposite here. I don't know. I'd rather be, start and then finish really strong.
Yeah,
I'm all for
prove
that.
me. I'd rather be proven wrong than proven right.
Agreed. So listen, I'll give it a third episode. We'll talk about next week to see if we can. We'll talk about we debate if we continue or not. I would love to come back and say yes. I want to continue watching the show. I really would. I read some stuff online. People saw 4 or 5, and they say it's good. That's what they're saying. But again, I don't know. I don't know what to think of that. I really don't. Cause
Now, let me ask you: did you know? I heard a rumor that they might be introducing some new Titans this season. Have you heard anything
I've
about
heard
that? Or
something, and I had the name out. I totally forgot it. But yeah, there was someone they were introducing. I forget who it was.
yeah, I wanted to talk about it too because I heard about it. But listen, tonight for whatever reason, both our brains
Yeah,
are
I
kapoosh, and
told
I can't
yeah.
make the calls. But like,
Maybe they
so
introduce
I'll
him
tell
next
you
week.
what.
I think it's more than one. I think, but I know it's one for sure, and I had the name
Yeah,
in my
I know.
head.
That's what I'm saying because I heard there's some new Titans, but I don't know who specifically.
Right.
Because somebody told me that maybe
Let me
they
see.
would be making reference to the Blue Beetle that's supposed to like connect to the Blue Beetle movie, but I'm not 100%
Oh
sure about
God, I
that. So I
hope not. I
wonder
don't
if
want
you
to
had
taint
something about
the
that.
Blue Beetle movie. I really don't. Um,
Hey, I have the first appearance of Blue Beetle, that one specifically, so I need it to work.
Let me see. I'm trying to
That
see
it needs a
if
big influx of cash.
I can try to find something. I saw it somewhere.
We'll talk about it next
Yeah,
week.
we'll
It's
figure it
fine.
out. Yeah, but let's see. But yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out. I'm not out on it yet. It's just a hint of something there, more so because of Lex Luthor.
And I'll tell you this: my continual problem, and it wasn't so much in this episode, but like I said, it's the big point of like having a really big idea and then budgetary constraints pull them back. Beast Boy.
Yeah,
Beast Boy is constantly a reminder of like we don't have that much money.
yeah.
We have Tiger.
He's changed. There's a one scene right where he blacked out and he comes back and Star Labs is a mess, right? And he turned to a bear. He turned to this. It's like they don't show it any other, right? It's like okay, I say
I
you
mean,
cut money.
listen,
It's fine. I get it, but
I'm not saying that you need to have Hulu Prey money to make a
no,
CG bear.
of course not.
But you could do a thing where like it's like from like a camera's point of view where you see the bear claws. You could do silhouettes. You could do it like it was like a closed circuit TV security camera, so that it could be
Yes,
grainy,
there's a
and you could do
lot
a
of ways,
low grade.
quick cuts, editing.
There's so many
There's a
ways to
lot of
go
tricks.
about
Yeah,
it that I'm like, why?
yeah.
Why do you constantly remind us that you don't have enough money to
Because
do anything cool
that could
except
have been
Tiger and a
that could have been
snake
a
every
cool
once in
scene,
a
right?
while?
That he's
What?
yeah, it could have been a really cool scene. It's like a bull in a china shop. He's just wrecking
That would have
havoc,
been
and
awesome. It would have
but
been fucking great.
oh,
It would have been great.
how they deal with that, but you just gloss over it. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I just
But
it's just
that's what I'm saying. It's that constant reminder of like. But and on the flip side, you have something like Doom Patrol that has no budget, and they're like, oh yeah, because everything here is slapdash insanity. So if it looks like shit, it's actually better for us.
it works for them.
And
Yeah,
it works.
yeah.
So it's almost like you either work within your parameter or just don't fucking do it.
That's what I'm saying. This show just toes the line. It stays in the middle. It doesn't want to pick a lane and figure out what it wants to be and stay there. It just like I don't know. Either make it look. I prefer this. If this show was like Andor Dark or whatever as far as thematically, I would prefer that.
Look, you
Because the
could
show
do
is built for that. It really is. They just don't give
you
us
could do
enough of
wolf,
it.
you could do a bird, you can do a monkey,
Anything
like stuff that's
fucking.
not that expensive. You
Well,
can
they
do
mentioned an
that.
armadillo. They could have done that for Christ's sake already.
Yeah,
They would've taken
man.
that.
Dude.
As ridiculous as that sounds, that would have worked in Doom Patrol. But listen, I think I said there's enough there. Let's see. We'll give it the 3. We're gonna give it the 3. Maybe the third one's like, oh man, we're wrong. I'm
But
hoping. I'm
Nine
hopeful.
out of 10 times we're probably going to be right.
Probably
But
not.
I
I
want to be
agree with you,
proven
but
wrong.
still.
Prove me wrong,
No, I listen.
please.
Prove me wrong. I don't think there's no way Lex Luthor shows up in this third episode. He's not. He's too
No,
soon.
he's going to
It's
show
too
up at
soon.
least like
Too soon.
episode 5 would be the earliest.
Yeah,
If
I
they killed him
agree.
off at
Yeah, they're
2,
gonna wait, or maybe
5 would
like
be
that
the
would be like the
earliest.
first half finale. I think it's 6 episodes. This first half.
Right,
He pop up in the end of that episode,
right.
and
And
then
the 5,
okay,
and then
yeah,
heavy in 6.
right, and
And
get
then,
you excited
oh, and
for
by
the
the
last
way,
4 or 5, whatever.
I
Hmm?
did hear the rumor is that the big bad of the season is going to be Brother Blood.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, yeah. Who's
So,
What show him? That guy, that nerdy guy with the tech where he's trying to sell the game or whatever. I
yes.
assume that's him.
Well,
Eventually,
here's the thing. Brother Blood does magic, so maybe his blood dark magic is what brings Lex Luthor back to life.
and I
I mean,
think
that's what
yeah,
I'm thinking.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, and Luther knows. That's part of his
And
plan.
Luthor knows it,
It's
right?
part of
So,
which would be cool. It would be cool if they
right,
go that route. Like, okay, I can dig that. I get it. I hope so. Cause I swear to God, they waste they waste that on one episode. It really pissed off. It's just a total waste of my time. So let's see. Listen, I'm not on it. We're not out on it yet, but we're teetering, man. We got one foot out the door. You know what I'm saying, jackets on, my shoes on. I'm ready to walk out. I'm ready to leave you. One episode. I'll give you one episode. That's it. Unless if they drop 2, I'll watch 2.
but then that would be the cheat code for the Titan 3.
It's
It's
they,
2 weeks of 2 drop
They
episodes.
cheated on us by not giving us 3, so I can cheat and say I'll watch 2. I'm just
There,
saying, if they drop 1, then that's the going to be one that I would say okay, fine, right? Because I mean, if you see, unless 3 is like horrible,
right,
like
and then
if I'm
screw
like
it.
this is just I can't, I don't watch. But I mean, if it's whatever, as it usually is, I'll stick for the 4th if it's dropped at the same time. It's possible. I'm not sure what this. I think it's only once a week though. I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, yeah, because only 6 episodes just leads us right into because I think that as soon as this ends, Doom Patrol picks up in December or November or something.
Thank God.
Yeah.
At
Oh,
least.
that's something to get excited about. Thank
Yeah,
you. God, and that looks pretty cool. That trailer looked pretty cool. That, Doom
that
Patrol.
was so cool.
Yeah, I can't wait for that show. A real show on DC. Well, along with Peacemaker, of course. But yeah, that being said, then the Nuggets for today.
Guys, that has been the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate all the love you're giving us online. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel here on the Latin Nerd Network on YouTube, where you can watch Nerdsplaining and The Watch List and Thanos' Choice and more stuff coming up, even though we're doing Danger Squad as well. That's all you can be seen on this YouTube channel or on dangersquad.com. Don't forget to like us on Instagram at Nerdsplaining Pod or on Twitter at Nerdsplaining_. If you want to listen to the original audio episodes, go to ericdasilva.com, ERICDASILVA. Don't forget to pick up my album, Adorably Offensive, which is out now. And it's a great gift for any time of the year or even Christmas as we're getting closer to the holiday season. Towards the end, we're in November right now. We're just around the corner. So don't forget to pick up that album as well. Guys, if you have any questions, don't forget to let us know. We always like answering questions. Let us know what you like, what you wanted to talk about, what you wanted to hear. We have tons of cool guests coming up. Guys like Adam Murray, who have been on the show. We've had Omar San Cristobal from Pixar. We have Peter Santa Maria from Skybound. We have so many more stuff. So don't forget to tune in, hit like, subscribe, all the fun stuff. Always appreciate it. Guys, as always, I have been Eric Da Silva. This has been Jose Rivero. We have been Nerdsplaining. And if you don't know, now you know. Boom.